Hello, and welcome back to the Dokkan battle video. So, I somehow managed to finally get one of the 4 worldwide units, so I can actually give a proper showcase to EZA LR Gogeta here on probably his best setup. Now, we are going to wank him out a little bit. We are running his unique equipment here. He is Link level 10, all the juiciness. He is rainbowed. He is ready to go. Let's just hop right on into the event that we're choosing. This is the team we're running just because I want to make him look as good as possible. Right? I'm going to be intentionally wanking the hell out of him. That is the goal, is to make him look really stupid, right? Like the peak of him, right? Because you can go into like Goku and Frieza and you can see like your average thing. Oh, you transformed immediately. Oh, you maybe got like a turn or so of his like his actual passive or whatever. But I want to get him as stupidly buffed up as possible. And that is the goal here. That is the entire point of this video, is to show Gogeta's peak. I don't know how this is going to go. Actually, I do know how this is going to go. I've already kind of tested it once or twice, because I've been using him a lot because he's really funny, right? But not only is his defense going to be wanked the hell out, thanks to the Goku, Gohan, and Trunks giving a stupid amount of defense, right, to the entire team, 154%, but we also have Bulma around to give him even more stats. We do also have the S tier of Vegito, just because they share 7 out of 7 links before they fuse. So that'll be something that we'll go ahead and show off. But the reason I specifically picked this event is because it is so goddamn long that we're going to be able to stack up a ton of attack for Gogeta. And that's what I really want to do. I just want to get him a dumb amount of attack stats. That way, when we actually transform into Gogeta, his attack stats are like stupidly high Twitter screenshot levels of attack. That's what I want, because I want to show off his peak. Because, I mean, usually in hard fights, right, what's going to end up happening is you're probably going to get him one turn, rotate him off, he's going to come back, and then you're going to fuse, and then you're going to have TEQ GOGETA for the rest of the game, or rest of the fight, and then the fight's going to be over, right? But, I mean, this is something that is not too unrealistic, is to just leave him in base for a while so that he can stack up. Remember that he can do, what, 4 super attacks every single goddamn turn, all of which giving him attack stacks. So he can do a lot really, really quickly. And that makes me very happy, right? It makes me very, very happy. Now, I will say, the translations for him when he initially dropped, they were incorrect, right? Because he gets different stats than what we read that he was getting. I am actually going to float off Vegito here, just so that we can get him alongside Gogeta. But yeah, the initial translations were wrong. His super attack effects are a lot better than what I thought initially. So his 18 key, he greatly stacks attack and then gets 50% defense. But his 12 key, with the one which is wrong, it is a regular attack stack, just as before, but he does get 50% defense on that super attack effect as well. And mainly the transform state is the one that's even more incorrect, right? So what he does, right, he gets... I guess we'll talk about it more when we actually get to him, when we actually bring him out, because we're going to bring him out near the end of the fight, right? But the translations for him were incorrect, and then the data download happened, and then we didn't get, like, really the big boy translations, because we can just read what he actually does in game. But yeah, the initial translations were wrong, especially for the base form. The base form was a little wrong with the super attacks that he gets. He started off in slot 7, which is kind of terrible. I wanted him in, like, turn 1. That way we can, like, get him stacking immediately. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. I am so beyond happy, but I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm going to be really honest, because this fight is long as hell, right? So I'm going to do my damnedest to make Gogeta look ridiculously stupid the entire time. That is the point, that is the goal, that is the objective of this video, is to just make him the wankiest wank that ever has wanked, because I love Gogeta. I am a massive Gogeta fanboy. He's by far my favorite fusion, right? Every iteration of him was peak. Is this gonna do damage to me? God, they suck. God, they suck so bad. Alright, so remember, on his first turn, Gogeta does have 60% damage reduction. Yeah. 400k. Okay. Alright. Sure. Sure. We do need a rainbow orb, so I really hope another one spawns. Okay, yeah. Well, there we go. And then here's his stats before we get Bulma support. We obviously won't be able to see it after we get the Bulma support up, but it is going to go up a little bit. And then we're going to be able to just stack and stack and stack and stack and stack. I'm probably not going to transform into Gogeta until we get to the final phase of this fight. Just because, like, the base Gogeta isn't bad at all, right? They have 40% damage reduction, their Rainbow Orb changing, they're stacking, they're doing all this stuff. They're not bad at all. And in long fights, I could easily see you wanting to build him up a bit, especially if the ending phase has one of those, like, nasty attack caps or attack ceilings that you need to hit. Granted, they hit it already 16 million right off the bat. Absolutely phenomenal. Right, that is already over the threshold needed for Goku and Frieza. Already. On their first 18. And then they just get stronger and stronger and stronger with every single one of these super decks that they're doing. It just makes me really happy. It really does. Because look at them go. Just look at them go. They are literally invincible on this rotation. I don't think anything in the game is really tearing through that. Maybe the Janemba, right? The new Janemba fight, he could turn one, right? I think if they were like the third unit on the turn and there was an STR character that attacked before them, right? That Janemba could probably kill them. I could see that happening, right? For sure. But besides that, who else is really taking them out? Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Who else is, like, what other fight turn one is taking out that character? Maybe the Gogeta, right? The Gogeta Memorial Battle as well, maybe, potentially. They hit pretty hard, but they have 60% goddamn damage reduction. And they get 50% defense on every single one of their super decks that they can do 4 of, by the way. It's just like, they're so goddamn good that I struggle to see instances in which they are not performing amazing. Like, I really do. I really struggle to see that. And it just... they're so goddamn powerful. I don't even know what else to say, because, like, where are they having problems? There is a singular instance in which they're at their weakest point, and that's if you get them turn one, you don't float them off, and you leave them on rotation, and then on turn 3, they don't have their guard up. That is the only instance in which they aren't literally invincible. Because they won't be able to transform into Gogeta yet, and then they won't have their guard up. But if you happen to be in a situation where you're under 70% HP anyway on turn 3, then they're going to have that guard up, they're going to have the damage reduction again. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for them. They are so goddamn good. It's just one of those characters that I feel like is their build is so tightly made that it's hard for them to be anything less than amazing. It really is. Fantastic. And we're gonna have, if we could transform right now, I'm not going to. I will not be doing that, just because I want to show them off with the full 7 out of 7 links. Right? I could leave them on rotation here, but I want to make sure that we keep having the full 154%. Yeah, they're 400k. 400k with damage reduction. It's just a little silly. It's just a little silly. Does this Gohan lower defense? Is this the one that lowers defense, or is the other one? Man. It's just, it's just funny seeing how good they are. It really is. It's like, I'm so glad that they are this broken, because when they initially came out, they were disrespected so like to hell, right? By the community. A lot of people thought they were just like not very good, worse than Vegito. Transformation condition terrible. Gogeta wasn't even worth getting out. Right? So many things about this character that was like said, and I defended them pretty hard because I thought they were still pretty good. There was a lot of things that, like, obviously were issues, like the fact that they weren't a guaranteed orb changer before they fused was kind of weird. But like they had problems when they released. And I'm glad that there's just nothing wrong with them anymore. Look at 18 million, second turn. Then we're gonna keep stacking up so that's even higher. It's just look at them. Just look at them go. Look at them be amazing. Okay, well, I would have loved for that to be a super attack for another stack. That was the what? Guaranteed additional that has a 50% chance or what? Oh, it has a 70% chance to be a super attack. Then this is the guaranteed additional super attack with a rainbow key sphere. And then they have their hidden potential system super, which we didn't get. Okay. Still pretty decent turn though. 2 attack stacks. Again, I want to get as many as possible before we hit to the final phase. These guys, they also okay, what confuses me, right, is they're also from this year. I don't understand, like, because they knew about this stuff, right? Because remember, I always talk about the fact that I believe it was roughly around the 8th anniversary that they said that they had everything planned up until the 10th anniversary, right? So they knew what they were going to do for this unit and for TEQ GOGETA years ago. My question is, if they planned on EZAing both of them this year, right, why is there such a massive power difference? It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me why they're so different. Because they could have been significantly, but do we want to just keep Bulma around? I need to remember the condition for their 77%. Is it Super Saiyan or All Out Struggle? Or is it Movie Hero and All Out Struggle? It's Movie Hero. Okay, so we cannot keep Bulma around because not all of our floaters are Movie Heroes because Vegito isn't, right? So we're gonna just leave Vegeta around and we're gonna keep the Bulma floating around for her 2-turn support every now and then. But it's just like, I was saying something before we started talking about this. Oh yeah, Vegito. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense why some of the characters that have come out this year seem to be kind of lacking in power. Like, it's not that they're bad, but it's just like, you knew what was coming, and you didn't decide to make them roughly equal or better? Because, like, specifically for Vegito, right? For Vegito himself, S-tier Vegito. He cannot break the attack ceiling with his counters against Goku and Frieza. They knew the Goku and Frieza fight was coming. They had that built. They had that ready to go, ready to ship out. And they decided to drop Vegito in the way that he is, and he can't break that ceiling. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. Especially because like, we have units that came out before him that can. Evolution Blue Vegeta can, right? Remember, you gotta remember that Buhan and Super Vegito came out after the Year 6 LRs, and they're worldwide headliner EZAs. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for them to not be super crazy, right? It really doesn't. So it's just like, why can't they? Why can't they? Why are they slightly weaker? It doesn't fit in with like the other like units. Like, those EZAs are like the only LR EZAs this year that were kind of questionable, right? Buhan and Super Vegito. Because you can say what you want about STR UI. He has a purpose. He does his job, right? He has 87, 83% dodge chance or whatever, 84, right? He does what he needs to do and then he does it, right? It's just dodging. And if you don't dodge, obviously he's not going to do too great. But, like, he can still perform really well, especially alongside, like, on the TEQ UI team. So, like, you can say what you want about him. But, like, he has a niche. And also, he's a pre-9th anniversary character, technically. So, like, you can say what you want about him. Blah, 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 blah. He could have been better. Whatever. But he's also just a random-ass gold coin character. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for worldwide headliners, 19 million. Worldwide headliner characters to not be up to par with these guys who are a Tanabata character. Okay, I need you to hit these super attacks, my guy. This is the guaranteed. I mean, we're getting pretty high up there already. When we transform into Gogeta, you'll see how kind of crazy it does get. With how much these attack stacks actually do play into Gogeta's damage. No, this entire time they are Rainbow Orb changing, they are 40% damage reduction characters. They're literally not taking damage after they super attack. It's just not possible. Because they can, what, 200k defense every single time they super attack? This Like, they do 3 of them, they're over 1 million with 40% damage reduction. Nothing, like, there's not really a whole lot that's taking them out. There really isn't. They just are so well built. It makes me very happy. It does also make me very hopeful for the future of EZA characters, right? If everything since pretty much worldwide has started for LRs has been like really good. There's a couple characters that I'm really looking forward to, mainly the R7s, right? They should be insane when we see them. Easier. I would expect them to be like the pinnacle of power. Now, you gotta keep in mind, though, for them, unlike Evolution Blue Vegeta and UI Goku, they don't have, like, any kind of team protector mechanic to, like, help them. They're just, like, really strong. I mean, they have the action break, but that's not really, like, a team protector mechanic, unless they... Like, I was joking around with my buddies, and we were, like, thinking, it's like, what if they just upgrade that and make it... What if they make it an Usher on their first 18T? Like, you super attack, and then it just ushers the rest of the fight. Like, obviously, you'd still be able to get hit in slot 1, right, before you attack, but, like, what if they put on the active skill? Active skill turned into an Usher. I mean, they can't change the actual effect of the active skill, but they can change the passive when you do the active, right? So imagine they change the Year 7s to when you do the active, instead of giving them an action break on it, it's just an Usher. That'd be pretty damn cool for both of them, right? I'd like that. That'd be funny. Alright, so it looks like we're nearing towards the end of this fight. And we're going to be able to see these guys with their big passives, right? I'll probably do one more turn of stacking. And then transform with Gogeta. And then we get to see how silly we can get. And we can also potentially get a full field of physical ki as well. Probably, right? With the standby on this rotation. See if we can get them like really high up. Because what is the max amount that you can get? It's like 200 or something. It is 7%. Okay, 7 times what, 23 is the max. We're not gonna get 23 ores, but I mean, I guess technically we could. It's possible. I'm gonna hold back a little. Can I hold back at all with these guys? I don't want to hold back too much. I guess I can't really. We have too much orb changing on this rotation. Their stats have dropped off a little bit, but remember, we're gonna get Bulma Spore and it's gonna go right back up. It's good. It's good. It's great. I'm having a good time. And remember that on a rotation like this, right? Hopefully my Goku Gohan and Trunks here don't go too crazy, but on a rotation like this, these guys will super attack and give them even more defense. 30% attack and defense, by the way. Please don't kill. Can you calm down? Just please don't do anything crazy. Please just stop for a second. Just do normals, man. Oh my god. Now they want to go absolutely crazy, huh? Alright, so I guess we're not getting any stacks this turn. I didn't want to put him in slot 1 because I didn't want his defense to be dropped. Don't kill. Yes, okay, we get one more stack in. 21 million. Pretty good. Remember that they could have had 3 more of those coming. So, yeah. Yeah. Alright, how many physical key spheres can we get on this rotation? It's a decent amount. A pretty solid amount. Because this is going to give us... what, times 8? Okay. A little bit. It's a little bit more than what they give normally, I think. I mean, it could have been better, though. It could definitely have been better. And then I really don't want to kill here, either. This is going to do literally nothing to them. It doesn't matter. I really would have liked to get significantly more physical key spheres. Because then that would have given us... Actually, it's probably less, because they gave, what, 77 for 2 turns? Yeah, it's a little bit less. I'm not gonna do this. Because we got what? We got 8 of them, so it's like about 56% defense for 2 turns. If we would have gotten like 20, that would have made a bit of a difference. You know what I mean? But next turn, we're just gonna go ahead, go into Gogeta, and watch him be stupid. There's no shot we take any damage on this rotation unless like Gogeta would have gotten hit by that super attack, but it's not happening. We're gonna see. It's like I would have loved to have Vegito in the video next to him, but it's whatever. We did get what? 7 or 8 stacks? No, probably a little bit more than that. Because we had one turn where they got 4, a couple times they got 2 or 3. So we got a fair amount of attack stacks in. So Gogeta, when he comes out, should be looking pretty sweet. I am gonna play his animation because his video, right? This is why we're here. To just show him off. This is not a melee super attack, so we won't be able to see him do like anything crazy like that. Let's go ahead, let's play this animation, and let's just have fun. Because this is the king right here. This is like, I think Transform Vegito might just be the best unit in the game. Alright, so the Lord and Savior is out. Now his stats might not look that crazy, right, just by looking at this, like 400k. It's like, that's not that bad. Not that big a deal. Remember. So, for 5 turns, after the guy comes out, he has 80% damage reduction before he attacks. So in slot 1, he has 80% damage reduction, basically. And then, if that wasn't good enough, collecting a Rainbow Key Sphere, of course, gives him that massive amount of attack, his guaranteed guard with a Rainbow Key Sphere, and a guaranteed additional super attack. He's guaranteed critting, right? He's getting a bunch of stats when he attacks as well. And then, he also has a 50% chance of dodging supers. So, even if a super managed to get through him, his 50% dodge, he's gonna have 80% damage reduction on top of that before he attacks. So, will this even hit him? Who knows? I think it's when nope, it's not hitting. And then he drops a 30 million attack set. Remember, he was in slot 7 when he started out, so we could have gotten even more attack stacks with him. Just keep that in mind. And we don't have Bulma support active either. And then he drops a 20 million. Remember, all these are guaranteed crits. The Scouter, the guaranteed crits, the Rainbow Orb changing, the healing when he transforms. He could have done another one with his Hidden Potential System, but he didn't. He's just stupid. He's just stupid. I love him so goddamn much. He's so cool. He is ridiculously powerful. He's out here pumping out insane amounts of damage. Now, again, another thing that we could have done is we could have put him in slot 2 here, right? And then these guys, their super attack would have given him another 30% attack and defense. It's a thing that we could have done. We didn't do it, obviously, because we wanted to see him do his dodge against a super attack, but it's just dumb. It's just dumb. He has so much to him. And this is for 5 turns that he's like this. And then you get him on turn 4, right? So it's like, what fight is living this for that long? He's so goddamn broken. And then I'm just like, where are you struggling with him? Legitimately. I saw people put him underneath like the 6th anniversary EZAs, underneath TEQ UI, and I'm like, what are y'all, how are y'all managing to lose with this character? And where he's not looking like the goddamn best unit in the game? How is that possible? I just don't see it. I really don't. I really, really don't. It doesn't make sense to me. I think it's a bit silly. We're gonna do some silliness here as well, just because I want to end the video off with the Miraculous Punch. I would have loved to get the KO screen in for him, but it's okay. It's whatever. I don't think we're gonna make it that far. If this crits, this is gonna kill. And it didn't crit. Of course it didn't. All right, whatever. We saw what we needed to see, which was Gogeta being peak. That's the wrong Gogeta. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show. Let me know what you guys think about Transform. I guess just EZA TEQ Gogeta in general, because even his base form is crazy. In the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys all in the next one. This character is by far my favorite unit in the game right now.